required stormwater maintenance agreements for stormwater facilities such as stormwater basins for both county and non-county roads as part of the site plan or subdivision application. Planning staff, in consultation with county engineering, have no longer been conditioning site plans and subdivision applications on providing a stormwater maintenance agreement for about a year now. As noted in the resolution text, these agreements are redundant of municipal stormwater control ordinances, which provide for preventative and corrective actions should there be a failure of the stormwater facility. This resolution would allow planning staff to administratively waive an existing condition of approval relating to a stormwater maintenance agreement for prior county road applications subject to the concurrence of county engineering. As part of a background, the planning board adopted a similar resolution last year for stormwater maintenance agreements on non-county road applications, and we've been able to implement that policy without any issues or problems. So if anyone has any questions, I'm happy to answer them for you.
Do anyone have a question from the board, please?
So these are by and large the basins in private condominium associations, correct?
Yeah, they would be basins on private property as part of a site plan or subdivision application.
What we found is that we no longer needed to require the municipalities for doing that. So we were just making it redundant. We previously eliminated the need to make that a requirement, but now we're just giving the staff the authority to waive unfulfilled agreements, in other words, things that are in process. So they don't have to come back before the board and constantly vote to amend their approval. We're just basically giving the staff the authority to waive those requirements consistent with what we did earlier, when we decided we did not need to essentially double enforce stormwater
It's
agreements.
under municipal rule.
Right, correct.
Any other question? Do I have a motion to approve the resolution?
So moved.
Second.
Second, all in favor?
I need a voice vote.
And we need a vote, my voice.
Designated Chairman Amal Patel.
Yes?
Commissioner Director Ronald Rios.
Yes.
Ronald Sender.
Yes.
Dr. Sharuk Javinda.
Yes.
Saket Chagalavada.
Yes.
Alternate Ayala.
Yes.
Alternate Joseph Johnson.
Yes.
The alternates are eligible to vote today, Mr. Chairman. You have a quorum.
Thank you.
Motion carries.
Thank you. The item B of the new business, which is proposed policy on site plan subdivision extension, is being continued, will be continued in the next month's meeting, which is in November meeting. So we skip to the item C, the development review committee. Katie, you have a report, please.
Yeah. Good afternoon again. My name is Katie Pinello, Principal Planner. I'm just going to briefly go over for you the monthly development activity report for the September DRC meeting. You can see in Table 1 applications on the DRC agenda. It shows a total of 17 applications in September, which were comprised of 5 site plans, 1 preliminary subdivision, 1 final, and 10 extensions. Moving on to Table 2, development activity for approved and conditionally approved applications. Our 1 final subdivision last month, which was in Metuchen, resulted in the creation of 1 residential lot and 1 non-residential lot, which was the existing hillside cemetery. As part of the site plan approvals, there were 218,270 square feet of industrial space approved and 5,370 square feet of commercial space approved. Moving on to Table 3, highlights of development activity. The first item there is Dream 250 Circle Drive, which is in South Plainfield. It's on Hamilton Boulevard, which is a county road. The application proposed 118,680 square feet of warehouse space, as well as the redevelopment of a site that was previously used as a restaurant, as well as for small-scale industrial operations. This conditional approval required that the site frontage be brought up to ADA standards, as well as the replacement of the traffic signal at Hamilton Avenue and St. Nicholas Avenue, and the partial upgrade to the signal at Hamilton Boulevard and Ryan Street. Moving on to item 2, 44 National Road in Edison. This was a non-county road application where the applicant was proposing to demolish and reconstruct a 50,400 square foot warehouse building to make it more modern. And then finally, item 3, 500 Raritan Center Parkway in Edison was also a non-county road application in Raritan Center. The applicant was proposing some warehouse flex space as well as trailer storage parking on the site. And then finally, in table 4, exempt site plans, we processed 4 exempt site plans in September, and noteworthy was a proposed mixed-use development in Denellen with 62 units and ground floor commercial space on North Avenue. Does anyone have any questions?
Thank you, Patty. Anybody from the board has a question on this report? Do I have a motion to approve the report, please?
So moved. Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries. The number item D is the MCOP staff report on the transportation and mobility by Mike Daniel, please.
Afternoon, Mr. Chairman, members of the public. Mike Daniel, supervising engineer in the Office of Planning. We have 2 items to update you on today. The first, with funding assistance from North Jersey Transportation Planning Authority, the Office of Planning kicked off 5 road safety audits this month in a meeting with municipal officials on August 21st. That included state agencies, transportation professionals, and the county's consultant. The road safety audits, they are a proven safety countermeasure endorsed by the Federal Highway Administration and by both New Jersey Department of Transportation and North Jersey Transportation Planning Authority. As a critical tool in our Vision Zero arsenal, road safety audits identify opportunities to enhance road safety of a particular road corridor or intersection for all users, pedestrians, cyclists, and motor vehicle operators. The audits are conducted by a multidisciplinary team of stakeholders and include a walking inspection of the road corridor or the intersection, followed by a work session where we collaboratively develop potential safety enhancement concepts. The audits will be completed by June 2025, and the 5 audits include segments along these 5 roads: County Route 673, Princeton Road in Sayreville and Old Bridge, County Route 529, Stilton Road in Piscataway and South Plainfield, County Route 617, Riders Lane in Middletown and East Brunswick, County Route 653, Amboy Ave in Perth Amboy, and County Route 529, Plainfield Ave in Edison. That's number 1. Number 2. Office of Planning has had several collaborations with county offices of engineering and public works to consider local safety enhancements, including school bus warning signs that we installed in East Brunswick on County Route 615, Main Street at the intersection with County Route 677, River Road, and they were installed just before the school year started. That concludes our report, and I'd be happy to answer any questions.
Mike, I have one question. In that order, any state roads that are considered to be in that order?
So when we're looking at Stelton Road, we will be crossing over Interstate 287. It's full access with northbound and southbound ramps, and NJDOT representatives will be at every single audit.
But I'm asking for the roads like, let's say, Route 1, 130,
Yeah.
they're not in the...
They get to lead their own audits on those.
I'm sorry?
NJDOT gets to do their own work on their roadways. We focus on county roads.
Okay.
We have intentionally prioritized looking at our own roadways.
Thank you.
Sure.
Any other questions on the board to the
So these audits, they prepare recommendations, but we still have to prepare construction plans and specs and so on and so forth.
This is a proven model for springboarding that concept development process, much like we did on the other segment, Stelton Road and Smith Street in Perth Amboy. Road safety audit, come up with ideas. From there, you have an actual concept that can be moved forward into design, such as what we're about to launch with funding from NJTPA on those 2 corridors. So it's a proven method for going from what could we do to, okay, let's figure out how to design it and then get it funded.
Okay, it's appreciated that it's quite the timeline to get done.
It's not fast, but it's thorough and it's inclusive, and it focuses, it covers all the bases of our Vision Zero action plan, and it gets good projects done.
Thank you.
Any other question? Anybody has it?
I'll just have a quick one, because I can talk with you later. Could you share the constraints of Amboy, the
Oh, the
cross,
limits?
yeah, the limits?
It's about a 1 mile corridor,
Oh.
and it's right downtown, in the vicinity of the Victory Bridge.
Okay, great, so it's similar to like.
And if you want more detail, I can follow back up with you,
That'd be great.
because I just can't remember the exact limits and I don't want to say it wrong.
That sounds good.
Sure.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mike.
Thank you.
Do I have a motion to approve the report?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Thanks. Motion carries. Now, any other public comments for this? Do I have a motion to open the public meeting of the public?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Motion passes.
Good afternoon, members of the board. Charlie Frattville, New Brunswick today. I did want to welcome the new member, congratulate you, wish you well. Can you tell me, are there any additional vacancies on the board at this time now that the new member's been seated?
So far, no.
I don't know the answer to that, Charlie.
Does the secretary know?
So we would have to confer with the terms that everyone has. So before I answer, I don't want to prematurely answer.
Linda had to go, she would be the one who would answer that question, so.
Got it. Maybe the commissioner director could tell us, what's the process for appointments? Are there any specific requirements or qualifications?
No.
Okay. I hope I didn't miss it, but there was going to be a presentation today about Vision Zero.
It's gonna be next, it's put off till, I believe, next month, it's not today.
Oh, okay. I was told it was going to be today, and made a point to rush over here for that. Nevertheless, I do have a handout for the commissioners, if I may approach. Pass it down, please. So, I do appreciate your question, Commissioner Director, about routes 1 and 130. You'll see they have unfortunately been the site of many fatalities this year. We continue to lead the county in crash fatalities, and I think that there is a disconnect that is apparent between the state DOT and this county, and I would like to see that disconnect connected. I understand they have jurisdiction over their own roads. They should be paying for audits and maintenance and things that they want and need to do on their roads, but our roads are connected. And in order to get the best outcomes for the county residents, we need to work collaboratively. And so a great tool for that was the Transportation Coordinating Committee, which has been apparently abolished and defunct now. That was a place where you have people from the state, from the county, from municipalities all in the same room and working together and sharing information. And, I've asked a number of times why that stopped, and I get answers that basically say we're changing, we're doing things differently now. And one of the things that I've been told is going to be done differently is there would be roundtables. So may I ask, have there been any roundtables scheduled?
Charlie, again, I think we're at a disadvantage because Linda was the one who responded to you. The two of you had a dialogue on this previously. She had a personal commitment, had to go. I don't know the answer. I'm not embedded in the day-to-day operations like that. But I know that you and her had a discussion previously. I'm sure if you can come back and follow up with that, she'll be able to give you the details that you need.
I'll follow up. That said, I'm getting a little impatient.
My recollection of the discussion was she understood that there was a need for that kind of broad-based input and had a concept, or I hate to say a concept in place, and I remember that you guys had a healthy dialogue and understood that she was working in kind of that direction. So I want to let her respond to you, okay? I mean, I think she understands that's it was something she was interested in, so let's let her respond to you.
Yeah, I just don't want to miss the boat. If there is a round table, I'd like to be there. I want to be at the table. And if it means I have to keep coming to these meetings and asking every meeting, are there any round tables? And the answer is no, no, no. I don't want to miss a meeting and miss out on the the chance to do that. I do think that, this board should be concerned with traffic safety. We do have a lot of big trucks coming around Middlesex County to build this warehouse development. And I think that's often a consideration that is not factored in terms of planning. There's, each of these warehouse facilities brings dozens or hundreds of trucks in and out every day, sometimes going over roads that were never meant to handle it. And, we have a lot of intersections that are not equipped for it. And I see it all the time, trucks taking down a traffic light or worse. And, I for one would like to know, has the county ever stopped a warehouse proposal? Has this board ever voted down a warehouse proposal?
I don't know the answer to that specific question, but let me say, I think you do know, but I'll just explain. The county planning boards have got limited jurisdiction. In other words, we're not zoning boards, we don't do planning, site plan approvals in respect to approving and denying them under very limited circumstances. Generally, county planning board's limited authority is to ensure that if a project is approved locally, that the county infrastructure is upgraded or protected properly. And we do that all the time. And the county engineer, I'm sure, could point out as well. And almost every time there's an application that comes in, if it involves an intersection or a road, that is our focus. But we don't have the authority because we don't like something. We don't think it's good for our community, like you would see, say, the Brunswick planning board or any other local planning board, to simply deny something because we don't think it's the right project. That's not our statutory authority. We can't do that.
Right, but you can look after the county roads.
Point of order, Mr. Chairman, his time is up.
You're over the 5 minutes, so if you want to give a couple seconds to wrap up.
I was just having a dialogue. It's really the chairman's prerogative.
Thank you, Chad.
He wants to
John,
wrap it
we will
up.
look into that and we have answered it reasonable on the questions which you posed, and Linda is not here, so we can carry on that. Some answers were already given in the last month and previously had questions, answers. Only new thing is that you mentioned about the roundtable was also discussed, but point blank is the net zero's presentation in next month's meeting.
Vision Zero presentation next month. I'll be here with my camera, God willing.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Do I have any other person on the floor?
Motion to close the public portion.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Thank you. Motion passes. Adjournment of the meeting. Do I have a motion to adjourn the and
Motion to adjourn. Second.
all in favor?
Aye.
Motion passes and meeting is adjourned. Thank you very much.